Hello everybody, welcome to Scratch. In this video we're going to introduce ourselves to how Scratch works, what Scratch is, and start with a very basic first Scratch program. The first thing you need to do is navigate to a web browser, go to scratch.mit.edu, and once that loads up you will see the Scratch window. At the top right of the window you may be logged in or you may not, depending on whether you have an account or not. If you are not logged in, like this, you can click on Join Scratch or Sign In. In this class, your teachers have already given you an account, so please log in using that account. Click on the Sign In button, type in your username and your password, and click Sign In. Once you've signed in, you're going to see this front page. This front page will tell you a little bit about what's happening with Scratch, the news around Scratch. You can largely ignore all of this. Where we want to go is we want to create a new application. So you click on Create, and this will take you to the project editing window. It creates a basic starter project for you, which looks like this. Looking around, you have information, you have stuff at the top, which we're going to ignore for now. You see the programming code down on the left, you see the coding area in the middle, and you see your programming window or the output of what you're creating in the top right. In the bottom right, you see information about the object, or the sprite as it's called in Scratch, about what it is all going to do for you. Right now, we're going to create a simple animated name. And so I'm going to go ahead and delete this first sprite because I don't want to use that particular one. I'm going to start off with a simple backdrop. Click on that backdrop and find a nice background animation, or not animation, background for our little animation. I'm going to choose the blue sky. As you can see, we've now got a blue sky as a backdrop. I don't really like the name backdrops too. And what we're going to be finding is in this programming language, you get to change things very easily, and you should be changing things. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this first. I'm going to click on this blue sky. It's called blue sky. That's quite nice. I don't like backdrop 1, so I'm going to right click on it and click on delete, and it's gone. And so our backdrop here is called blue sky, and that's all I need to know about that. And I'm going to click back on the code area. Now we no longer have any sprites, so I'm going to add a new sprite. I get a choice of uploading a sprite, uploading a picture which has a sprite in it. Surprise, we'll choose a random sprite. Paint, which means I can draw my own, or choose a sprite, and we're going to choose a sprite here. You see there's a whole bunch of sprites that are given to you, everything from bears that are walking, and a bear just standing and on its 2 or 4 legs, a ballerina dancing around, or anything else that you could think of. I'm going to come across to letters. We've got a bunch of letters here in different looks and feels. And since my first name is David, I'm going to click on D and get a D. As you can see, you can move that around as you wish on your screen. And I'm going to create another sprite, an A, move it next to there. Third one, letter V, move it to the right spot. Fourth one is an I, and my final one will be another D. That's my name. Now, you'll see that the names of these sprites have been named for you based on what you chose. And I'm quite happy, I'm okay with this, but we should be always making sure that our sprites have a decent name. So I'm going to change this quickly to the name First D. In this example, it doesn't matter too much, but we will tweak this as we do some slightly more advanced programming. I'm just going to call that A. I'm going to call that V. I'm going to call that I, and I'm going to call that D. Sorry, this one is going to be last D. So now I have these 5 letters, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to start to animate them. Now, a Scratch program starts when you click on this green flag over here. So the first thing we're looking for is an event that says when that flag is clicked. Now, events are connected to sprites, so I'm going to start off by animating this first D. I'm going to say when the flag is clicked, I want to do something. And for animation, we probably want something around motion. So I'm going to say move 10 steps, and then I'm going to move minus 10 steps. And let's see what that does. I click on the flag. You see it happens so quickly you don't see anything. So what we now need is a control over here to have a slight wait in between. And let's wait 0.2 seconds. And if I click on the green flag, you can see that moves. But it only moves once. It goes forward and back and then stops. Because programming languages are very simple. They'll do exactly what you tell them to do. We need to say, I want this to carry on forever and ever and ever. So when the flag is clicked, we're going to forever move 10 steps to the right, because we're pointed in the right. Wait 0.2 seconds, and then move 10 steps back. However, once again, that's still not going to work. You can see it's kind of jerking in a bit of a strange way. So to explain that is because we've got moving 10 steps, it's waiting 0.2 seconds, and then it's moving minus 10 steps, and immediately then it's moving forward again. So what we need to do is we need to add another wait afterwards of 0.2 seconds. I'll pop that in, and there's my D animating. Let's see what else we can do. Let's do something strange with the A. I'm going to, once again, with the A, have an event when the flag is clicked. Now I know better because I wanted something to happen forever. I'm going to change what it looks like. And let's see. We can change an effect. It can be color, the fisheye, which is a look, the whirl, the pixelate, mosaic, brightness, or ghost, which is transparency. I'm just going to start off with the color. And again, I'm going to have a wait of 0.1 seconds in this case. So if I click that flag, you can see that the color of the A is changing. Let's do something different with the V. Once again, when the flag is clicked, I'm going to be doing something forever. And in this case, let's do something weird with the motion. Turn it 3 degrees and then repeat. And as you can see, it's turning round and round. Maybe I want to change this a little bit. Let me also add in something else around the looks. Let me change the size by 10 and change the size down by minus 10. Let me just put that back in that place. Get the right way up-ish. And let's bring its size down to 100. Now it is actually growing and shrinking, but because again we have got no delay in here, we can't see that. So let's throw in another control, wait another 0.2 seconds and see what happens. Now it's suddenly got a little bit jerky as it turns around. And also we're still not seeing that change, so let's bring another wait over there, 0.2 2 seconds. You can now see how it's shrinking, growing and shrinking, but because of these 2 delays over here, you're not seeing it clearly turning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to create a second control block. I'm going to say when the flag is clicked, I'm going to, once again, forever, I'm going to change. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take that back, and I'm going to throw that back in there. So we've now do this simultaneously. So it's going to be turning without any of those delays, and it's going to grow, wait, shrink, wait. And putting these 2 together, that gives us kind of the picture that we're keen on. You've noticed here that the D is now jumping underneath the A, and the reason for that is simply because when we stop it, it has that new spot, that new position. So now I've got a D and an A and a V, and we can animate the rest of these as we wish. Bounce them around the page, and this is your challenge now. Your challenge is to create an animation of your own name and make sure it is shared with your teacher. And we will see you tomorrow or next week. Bye.